Putin's aggression is a threat to the free world, and at the same time and separately, independently, address those Polish-Ukrainian historical issues. So given Nawrocki's background, given his political capital in Trump world, I hope he tells Trump as a friend and political ally, back Ukraine, force Putin to step back, don't trust Putin's promises, and help us Poles work with Europe so we're all backing Ukraine. It's in everybody's interests.
As we speak, the president of Poland, who comes from a nationalist conservative background, so in many ways in tune politically with Donald Trump, has arrived at the White House. He's been saluted by the honor guard outside the White House. They're shortly going to be sitting down together for their bilateral meeting. Fascinating to see what comes from that. And here with us at this point of the program, Daniel Fried, former US diplomat and ambassador, experience of Eastern Europe and Europe. Daniel, what are you hoping for from this meeting with the Polish leader?
I'm hoping for Poland to encourage Donald Trump to back Ukraine, to encourage Trump to back up the British-French-led coalition of the willing to provide for Ukrainian security. And this Polish president, because of his conservative right-wing political background, has some extra political capital with Trump world.
Yeah.
And I hope he puts it to good use. President Nawrocki represents the Polish right, but unlike, say, the German Alternative for Deutschland or Viktor Orban in Hungary, the Poles tend to stand tall against Russian aggression and for Ukraine. President Nawrocki on August 15th, the day that Trump and Putin met in Anchorage, Alaska, made a strong statement of solidarity with Ukraine on national security grounds. In Poland, the right tends to be divided between those who look first at Russia's aggression and therefore support Ukraine, and some who look at Polish-Ukrainian historical problems and are focused on that. Nawrocki has a political base in both camps, so he's trying to balance it. But some of his advisors tell me that the Poles are going to look at ways to support Ukraine on national security grounds, on grounds of it's a threat. Putin's aggression is a threat to the free world, and at the same time and separately, independently, address those Polish-Ukrainian historical issues. So given Nawrocki's background, given his political capital in Trump world, I hope he tells Trump as a friend and political ally, back Ukraine, force Putin to step back, don't trust Putin's promises, and help us Poles work with Europe so we're all backing Ukraine. It's in everybody's interests. Okay. That's what I hope.
That is your hope. It'll be so fascinating to see whether or not Donald Trump rises to the issue in the way that you hope, with Russia raining missiles and drones down on Ukraine, showing no sign of having any peaceful ambition. Will this be the moment? Will this finally be the moment where Donald Trump lives up to earlier rhetoric about getting tough with Vladimir Putin? That would be quite a thing if it happens. Not sure we should be holding our breath, though, but it will be fascinating to watch what is coming.
category that's very special, and Poland is in that category. We have a very special relationship. It's like, I have no message to President Putin. He knows where I stand, and he'll make a decision one way or the other. Whatever his decision is, we'll either be happy about it or unhappy. And if we're unhappy about it, you'll see things happen. Very poor nation, and we would be taken advantage of by every other nation in the world, friend and foe.
You gave Vladimir Putin a 2-week deadline to agree to talks with Volodymyr Zelensky. That deadline is now nearly approached. Can you give us any indication of when you will make it?
Well, I'm having a conversation with him very shortly, and I'll know pretty much what we're going to be doing. We've taken very strong action, as you know, and in other ways we've taken very strong action. But I'll be speaking to him over the next few days, and we're going to see.
With who, sir?
I'm going to know exactly what's happening.
Mr.
But I'm not happy with all the people. You got 7,819 people killed last week. Russian soldiers and Ukraine soldiers, right? Not American soldiers, not soldiers from Poland, but they're human beings, they're souls.
Will American soldiers remain in Poland?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, do you know something I don't? I don't know. Yeah, we're very happy. If anything, we'll put more there if they want. But they've long wanted to have a larger presence. We have some countries that have more, not too many, but no, they'll be staying in Poland. We're very much aligned with Poland. And we had some in Washington, D.C. We took care of them very quickly, but they're out of here. They've gone. The president's been amazing. He had an incredible race. He came from behind, and he won. And now he's become even more popular as they got to know him and know him better. He's doing a really fantastic job. So it's an honor to. I also endorsed him, so I'm very proud of that. I don't endorse too many people, but I endorsed him, and I was very proud of that, the job he's done. I want to thank Vince Haley for that recommendation. Vince was fantastic, and I appreciate it. And I can tell you who really appreciates it, Poland, because they're very happy with their president. And I just want to say it's an honor to have you. We'll be discussing trade and various other things in the administration. But think of it, opened up prisons,